So it's that time again, where the thumbnail is just simply me staring at the camera and the title is all lowercase. You know what that means. Now, I'm mainly making this video just because I find stuff like this good to let other people know about, not just maybe you as the viewer, but I guess other creators may also watch my work. And I feel like speaking about potentially some issues with YouTube, because yes, YouTube is doing the YouTube thing again. The site feels a bit inconsistent. It feels like less reliable than ever before. And I just want to talk about some things that not myself has just noticed, but a lot of other people too. So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and welcome to just another discussion about YouTube. Feeling a bit weird as of late. Now, number one, I'm just going to start by simply saying that most of what I'm about to say is just simply speculation and also just theories, because I can't say any of this is what is happening. I have no idea, and I'm never going to. YouTube has always just been like secretive. They will never openly confirm or deny when creators are going through an issue. We ask them a question, it just does not ever get answered. And honestly, it is fair enough if they want to make changes behind the scenes and tweak things and eventually try and get things right. It's just the way that this platform has kind of always been. But it doesn't mean people don't want to talk about it. Oh yeah, before the video gets going as well, like YouTube says I should mention I have memberships now. You can like join it if you want. You just get like an hour or two early access to videos. I sometimes try and reply to people if I have time. Oh yeah, and you also get like an exclusive speaking space with other members in a Discord thing. I actually have a Discord, by the way. I rarely speak about it. That's linked down below if you want to join it and just talk amongst yourself. You guys feel free. This video was actually inspired based on just how I'd been feeling about YouTube over the last month or so. Things haven't been feeling 100% with my channel. Things just felt a little bit off. Something didn't feel right. My views were just drastically lower in some cases on videos, and I was like, okay, maybe people are less interested. Maybe that's going to do something with it. But then I actually got recommended a video from this channel called Second Wind, ironically, and it was talking about how YouTube has been crushing their viewership. They've been noticing drastic swings in content, whereas before it would be a fairly steady line. You have to expect, obviously, swings with content. Some things do well, some things do less well, but when the swings are like freaking it's like, it makes you think, okay, no, this is not what I'm used to, at least. I know I'm making something that's maybe not as consistent before, but this is kind of eye-opening. What's going on here? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ask creators as well, and maybe the viewers as well, have you noticed a view drop in the last couple of weeks on some of your content? Because I know I have, and maybe if you go back and look at some of your favorite content creators, you might notice things are a little bit down. I don't know if this is happening for everyone. That's something I do want to clarify. It's just something I'm noticing, and the fact that others are feeling the same, it makes me feel like it's either happening to set channels or it might be happening to the whole space. I haven't looked enough. So something happened August 13th with YouTube. They made this post extending our built-in protections to more teens on YouTube. They're basically using some kind of new AI system, and it basically will use the videos that people watch to determine the age of the user. So this came into scene August 13th. I've got my analytics up here from August the 15th, so I was getting around 430,000 views. It kind of goes up, but it's around this sort of ballpark. But then since then, I've noticed this gradual kind of tail off to a point where I'm getting like lower than 300k views. So about 25 to 40% lower views daily. So people are speculating that maybe this new AI thing isn't working as well as it should be. Perhaps it's not really pushing out content ever now. And I don't know if this thing is also reading thumbnails. Like if it sees something scary in a thumbnail, will it now just hide that video altogether? So I don't really know what this does or how it works. It's a safeguard measure. It's AI doing it. Like we know AI isn't always the best. So, you know, maybe it's just doing one of those things where it doesn't work as well. I secondly just want to preface, like I'm in an extremely lucky position. Like I'm just playing games on YouTube, bringing in hundreds of thousands of views. Even in this apparent hard time, like I'm extremely grateful for this position. I'm grateful for what YouTube has also given me as a whole. Like this whole platform, it has changed my life. I have to clarify that. And I want people to be aware YouTube has been an amazing thing for me overall. Here's another thing I saw as well. There was a post talking about Linus Tech Tips, and he's basically seen a large viewer drop overall, and he believes it's something to do with YouTube's algorithm. The algorithm is consistently recommending members-only content that most people can. Okay, that's kind of interesting. To clarify, posting members-only videos does not impact channel performance on YouTube. So YouTube is basically saying that that has nothing to do with the problem here. But what they're not talking about, however, in this post is that maybe the algorithm itself has disrupted or changed, and I don't think it's working quite as well as it should be. I did watch some of Linus's videos. He basically did like a podcast style thing, talking for 40 minutes, and it's interesting to hear that on some of his videos he's noticing like millions of views of a difference. So that's pretty crazy that that can happen based on a little tweak in the algorithm. I actually do believe there's something wrong with the algorithm at this minute in time, and it's affecting a lot of people, which I will be showing examples of later in the video, but I want to keep on track now. So we've seen Linus Tech Tips having some problems, and now another thing that people are theorizing is this thing called restricted mode. If you go on YouTube, search up how to enable restricted mode, it might actually be worth doing because apparently some people have had this thing auto-recommended. If you enable that, what happens is this. This is my YouTube channel with restricted mode on, 7 videos, nothing released for 19 months. I don't know how this thing works. I don't know if it's looking at a thumbnail and a title and just, it basically hides content entirely from people who have this restricted mode enabled. I tried it on my channel and there are periods of time where I'm uploading 1 video a week by the looks of things, even though I've put 4 out, but it's choosing to hide 3 of those videos, and it can get even worse for periods of time. So it's definitely worth checking to see if that is on. Now, this has been a feature since 2010, apparently. I'm not entirely convinced this is going to be the main driving problem here. However, if people do start confirming that this thing has been switched on for them when they didn't want it on before, and now they're like, oh my gosh, like I've been missing so much content, then there you go. This might be one more thing that some people are experiencing. Now, another thing people have been speaking about also is this brand new introduction of hyping videos. Now, I actually think this is a really cool thing, and it says hype is designed for up-and-coming creators in the YouTube Partner Program with 500 to 500k subs. So this is actually going to be pretty sick, and it's going to let maybe undiscovered content creators who are just making their break for it get even more of a good chance of finally being showcased on this platform. I'm not sure if people are maybe thinking that the algorithm has shifted to the extent where now it's only pushing purely hyped up videos. Maybe like established or like mature channels like mine who have been on this platform for 10 years, maybe they just don't want to even put us at the front. We're shelved right now, so people have to look for us to find us. It's never like we can get as good organic discovery as possible, at least again at this minute in time. I'm gonna say I'm hopeful that this will probably be worked out. There have been periods in time where YouTube has done this before, but then they always figure things out. But I don't know, so far this one has felt a little bit different, but maybe it's just gonna be the same thing, just taking a bit longer to figure their tweaks out. Now, here's where we come into personal examples, and something I actually use as a metric. It's a metric I've personally tracked as well for years. I use this as a benchmark. It's not perfect, obviously, but to see if my content is being given out to new people, to see if I can get discovery on my channel, and I will speak about this right now. And I'm gonna show a little calculation thing that I'm doing to figure out if things are good for my latest videos or were they better a month ago, let's say. All right, so something I always look at when it comes to the videos I make and to see if they're actually getting any reach outside of my subscribers, to see if I can gain new ones, is actually the amount of subscribers gained relative to the views of the video that it received. I personally rely on this one too. Obviously, we can't say for certain if this is the most reliable way of seeing things, but naturally, you would think that the more subscribers you gain equals the more new eyes are seeing your content. And you can really work out like how many viewers is it for every subscriber that you gain. So let's actually do that on 3 old videos to begin with. We have this video. I played a game. It was like a Chinese horror game. So 221,000 views, 123 subscribers. So we plug in the number and we divide it by 123. And that gives us about a new subscriber every 1,700 viewers. So I don't think that's actually too great, but it gives an idea on how many people need to watch on my content for this specific kind of video for every subscriber that I gain. Let's try this on another video. 564,000 divided by 1,600. Now this one is definitely an outlier. So this is every 408 views, I am gaining a new subscriber. This definitely tells me YouTube is pushing my video out to a new audience, and that's why I'm gaining more subscribers on average for the amount of viewers that I get. That's cool. I love this. This video was uploaded before August the 13th, by the way. 269,000 divided by 174 gives us 1,545. So it's definitely less. So it could just be that maybe the horror area has never been a high subscriber ratio. It does seem that more kind of interesting indie games is where people want to see. So now what we're going to do with these figures in mind is jump ahead to my 3 most recent videos, and we can use this same ratio to track them. 140,000 views, and then we're going to divide that by 36. 1 subscriber per 4,000 viewers. 117,000, and then we divide that by just 19. 1 new subscriber every 6,000 viewers. 9,300 divided by 8. It's even worse. That tells me YouTube is really compressing my videos to only be seen by people who are already subscribed versus actually let these videos be discovered on the algorithm and such like that. So it's a drastic change. It's kind of alarming how we're almost now being squashed into our communities and the gates have been closed. It feels like right now YouTube is not pushing our content out to new people anymore. It makes me wonder if I would have a better chance on this platform now of making a new channel announcement. Hey guys, I'm making a new channel. I get, I don't know, 50,000 subs, and I get running straight away, and then YouTube's like, oh dang, there's a new channel out here just like killing it, and then they push me to the top of the algorithm, and then people who might want to see this content get to see it again. That's what I'm curious about. Like, is that what some people may actually try? And I'm curious if anyone will try this, and if so, what their results will be. It would be an interesting experiment for sure. So there are two different things that we can theorize from this, and maybe one of them's right, maybe both are wrong, and we don't know what else is happening here. Number one, content is now being kept within communities, and that YouTube is not pushing out content to a broader audience no more. So the subscribers you have will be mostly the only ones that see your content, and they will very, very rarely trickle out your content in the recommended tab for a little while, and it won't reach nowhere as near as many people as it used to. Or number two, it could be now that the algorithm is just broken and it's not recommending these types of videos to the people who want to see it, which is why there is a drastically reduced amount of subscribers who are now wanting to even subscribe after seeing the video, and let alone there's a much lower view ratio that I'm noticing overall with my channel. So people don't even want to click on that video, again, because YouTube may be recommending it to an audience that literally does not care about horror gaming stuff. I'm going to show you guys this metric here. This is my real time for the last 48 hours. Around about a month ago, the average for this would be about 900,000 to 1 million. So I've seen a pretty drastic reduced amount of watches every 48 hours. And I am seeing also in older videos that my stuff has just been nuked from the recommended. Like my videos that used to kind of live on, let people find them, the discovery is gone. I'm pulling up this video here from around about the last 90 days. So we saw, this is a classic, by the way, the multiplayer backrooms game. It's now my most viewed video on my channel, and it's always had this kind of consistent viewership in the background. You can see there's a line here. We can see that everything is moving good. August the 13th happens around here, and then what we see is this line begins to drastically drop. So the average views have gone from 1,300 a day to like 700 or to 900, excuse me. So it's a pretty significant drop again. Like we're seeing now, it's like previous content is like being weaned out of this recommended thing. And it does feel like something strange has been changed. And now the next question that is on everybody's mind is, when is this gonna change again? When will things revert to a new norm? Is this the new norm that we now have to get comfortable with? Just knowing that content is extremely hit and miss nowadays, and we as content creators just have to accept that that's going to be the thing. And whilst I don't know any of the answers to that, here's one thing that I do now know, and I've thought about this for a while because it's an interesting dilemma. I love making videos. I've loved making videos since 2015 on this channel. I also really love editing them. I always put so much time into finding like good soundtracks. I'll put these little stupid meme sound effects that just fit whatever I'm trying to go for. But you know the one thing I don't enjoy? I don't enjoy uploading content no more. Because I don't know if YouTube is just going to completely destroy that video and never let any new eyes potentially find my content. It gives me comfort knowing I'm in a position where already I can get 100,000 views on every video. It's absolutely unreal, and those may primarily be coming from subscribers, which is incredible, and it gives me an audience that no matter what, I can throw stuff out, and I know you guys are going to enjoy it. But everyone's mission on this platform is, of course, to just try and entertain as many people as they want, especially in the gaming space, which inevitably means that we love bringing new faces to the channel. We love knowing our work is able to kind of get out there in the recommended to people that may like it and some that also may not like it. It's nice knowing your videos are reaching a new audience, and then they can make their mind up if, you know, oh shoot, this is kind of fun. I want to see what else this guy's done. But seeing in recent days the drastic change in the views to subs gain ratio, you can only just assume that something pretty crazy has changed. And yeah, now videos are just not being pushed out to people the same way that they were over a month ago. And again, it's just up to us to try and ponder what this means for the future of content creation. And that's why I wanted to make a video on this. I think it's important that people wanting to get into this creative space are aware of the things that can happen. Granted, they do happen not very often. Most of the time it is kind of nice, it's consistent. But when they do happen, it happens really fast. And it can be really scary, especially for a new content creator who's just made their break. And then this happens for the first time and they're like, oh my gosh, is it over already? If you are also suffering with this same problem, then it probably explains to me that this is definitely not a you problem, but it's a platform-wide issue at this minute in time, and creators just aren't able to get their videos pushed out there. I honestly thought this was me at first. I thought there was something I've all of a sudden been starting to do wrong. I did actually lose a little bit of sleep over this. My sleep's been super disrupted. I keep waking up and I always get this sort of thing, like whenever I'm worried about like what's going on in the background, you know, and my channel has just been kind of slipping a little bit like in recent days. But if this is a potentially widespread thing, then we're kind of all feeling this together at this minute in time. And just put it bluntly, it sucks. It really does suck that we have to experience this. But yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. I thought this would probably be worth just kind of putting out there. I think it's interesting that people know about the things that happen on this website. You know, I don't think this warrants, like, you know, shouting at YouTube, getting angry, but it would be nice to know if something has changed and just like, what are we preparing for now? Is this the new norm, or will things eventually revert back? I think it's good to get discussion around topics like this so we can actually get answers to try and understand, like, why has this changed on the platform, instead of, like, you know, blaming ourselves for things that's actually just, you know, YouTube's pressed a button, the algorithm's changed, and that's it. Like, then we can just kind of understand, like, yeah, it sucks, but it's not something we started doing wrong. That's about it though, guys. Hey, guess what though? I'm gonna show you something. I bought these like new sound panels. I'm feeling like a little bit of a change up with the room. Like, this is kind of cool. This fell down and I never replaced it because I'm honestly lazy. What are we feeling with some of these bad boys back here? We got some cool panels. I think this might look kind of more professional. Whoa, it's really professionally stuck adhesive stuff on a wall. Yeah, I just wanted to speak about this though. It's something that's been on my mind, and speaking about things is sometimes the best thing that you can do. Hopefully you guys found this kind of insightful as well. Like, that's ultimately what I want videos like this to do. And also just be a reason if someone has experienced this too, that finally maybe they can understand, this could be the things causing this problem, and it's also like happening to other people than just them. I'm gonna do my best to just keep going, guys. Like, there may be times where I'm just less motivated, honestly, to do things if YouTube is just gonna keep being kind of crappy, but ultimately I'm gonna find my comfort baseline, and I'm always gonna make content. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll of course see you on the next one, which is probably gonna be like a crazy backrooms game, so don't sleep on that, okay?